We only have one more presenter this evening. And this presenter, we had someone back out. Actually, we had two people back out. So a common theme that I've started at Pachacha is when we have someone back out, I like to create some slides. And actually this time I didn't create them. I called my good buddy John Taraborelli and said, John, will you please make 20 random slides? Whoa, stop. He's also controlling the slides this evening. And our mission was to find someone who would just spitball and improvise at this Pachacha. So the courageous Christine West offered to do so this evening. For those of you that wanted to know, Evan Matthews is teaching a class at ULI tonight. He is not even here in the room to heckle. Evan's done it twice now, so that's why I mentioned that. But Christine, those of you that don't know her, you should. And this should not be any basis for her work from this point on. So here's Christine.
All right, thank you. Yeah, we're going to bring it down a little more personal. I'm only sorry that my husband John is not here to see this. He's very sick. But I wanted to dedicate this performance to him because this theme is about throwing things away. John and I have been married for, he teases me about forgetting our anniversary, but our anniversary was exactly 16 years, 7 months, 16 days, 8 hours and 53 minutes ago. So this is about all the people I threw away before I met John. Now these kids got me into partying young. That was a bad scene right there. Her in particular, can you see her dancing till 3 a.m.? Ooh, 16. Holy cow. Now, these are my sisters. Now, I was raised in a good German household. München, you wear your dirndl laced tight. This is Heidi, this is Flossie, and this is Daisy. She's a bit of a loser. But Daisy introduced me to my first love. This guy. He was always staring at roof leaks. And he was like, there, like, look at the eyes, I'm down here. But, that didn't last long at all. And on the next thing, these guys I met in Mexico. That was the most fun, right? The hats now that you buy down there actually aren't as good as the ones that you can buy at Craftland. Love Craftland. Go local. But that was a trip forgotten. By the time I woke up from a hangover in Tijuana, I already had a new career. So this is me, I would say that pre-college, post-high school kind of phase. I love dancing, it was just my life, and I think I took it a little too seriously. Needs a sandwich. I'm just saying. These are the guys I hooked up with next. It was good, it was really great, and I don't want to say it, but I think this guy was gay. So this is my first steady. And it was awesome, we'd wake up on Sunday and go to the bakery and read the New York Times. But he had some deep anxieties, and I couldn't deal with it. This was his Facebook portrait. Who shows that? So I ditched him for this guy. Now, I'm giving away my age here. But we would go down to CDGB's. And then that Laurie Anderson showed up and that bitch. Totally took him. What am I going to do? I was despondent. So this guy, he broke my heart. He parks boats for a living. Just ask him, how many Motsu part today, because that was a fucking awesome job. Then I went into my rap phase. And I've missed out into rap right now, but I think I can handle it. There was some shooting, some shit went down, and I had to get out of that scene like real fast. So the next thing I knew, I was back East Coast. It happens, I think I binged a little bit. I do like alcohol. I had some enablers. Melissa, I'm looking at you. So that was me when I was, let's look back up at the years, but and this guy actually pulled me out of it. He found me in the hallway, and he had the moves. He got me straight though. You wouldn't think it from looking at it, but here I am. Next day, I went on the straight and narrow. This is a true recovery. I was like, I'm not going to drink, and I'm not going to do drugs, I'm not going to do anybody 4 ways. This is like, this guy was my idol. I had his poster up on my wall. I dated a guy who looked just like him because I wanted to be a Republican, I wanted to be a conservative Democrat, anything to pull me away from that life. I still love those 4 Street girls. Now Prince knew how to do it. He knew how to be a small black man in Minnesota and I still remember 7th grade listening to Prince's Purple Rain album, being like, that's what I want to do. That's actually my tune right there. I can tell by the manicure. As before I started running. It's about the time I started into Che Guevara, and oh my God, the number of guys who are into Che Guevara is like thousands. So, easy pickings. Actually, it reminds me. Well, it's a long story. I'm not going to go into it. But this guy loved Che Guevara. This was actually anyway, let's just say that toe fungus is really spoiled a date. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of dictators in general because I'm sure there's some really great ones out there. But come on, let's think personal hygiene. You're not going to score chicks like these. If you don't take care of your feet. Dry them after they get wet. So, this guy I met, probably living later, like he's a friend of mine. I didn't actually date him, I dated his best friend, but it was there when he got that tattoo, and I tried to talk him out of that, but he was like, I need an ice cream cone.
We're going to continue that tradition. That will continue. We are, every once in a while, going to have a random presenter that has never seen the slides before. Well, but that's going to conclude this evening's presentation. That is the Cha Cha Night Volume 2.